Hello. Okay, there we go. Everybody hear me now? Okay. With what's going on with all the people attacking on one side. Okay, thank you. And all that. It needs to stop. And making false accusations and all that, calling people names, using foul language and that, it's very hurtful, and it's coming down to become cyberbullying. And there are laws that's in place in all 50 states, in feds, and in Canada. And when you have a group of people that call Sapo FIM, fat shaming a 17-year-old boy, cyberbullying him and his parents, there's laws that investigations would take place. Since he lives in Canada, and the Canadas have laws. Now, I got involved because I was helping to try and protect this 17-year-old boy from the cyberbullying that's him and his family were getting. It started months before I ever knew like father, like son. And then everything that's led up since is that it got so bad. And it became name calling, intimidation, and all that from the AAP side. And what I'm going to do is this live is something different. I'm going to how cyberbullying is against law, how people can have their phone's number being spoofed or masked, or in YouTube terms, clone, to try and pretend to be somebody else. And 3, cyberbullying laws. And 4, extra laws. Now, I'm going to start off with the accusation against Finney, Lost Souls Paranormal. What was said about him may not be true. Why? His phone could be cloned. The deal said, can someone send text or make calls from her phone number? I have links to these articles down in my subscription below. And the short answer to that is here. Can somebody use your phone number to send text messages or make calls? The short answer is yes. This is called spoofing or cloning. So if you want to know about spoofing, then this article is for you. Our phone number is used to send texts and make calls. And the phone number that comes up on call IDs is known as, and if you call them back, the practice is known as phone number spoofing. Just it can be used for scammers to make phone calls. It can also be used for purpose of texting. The answer to the question, can someone send text from my phone, is yes. In a way, the practice when done with text messages is known as SMS spoofing. It's not that the other person is sending an SMS text message from a specific phone. Instead, they are sending a message that appears to come from our phone and phone number. So the answer is, hi, Lisbeth. So the answer is yes. Is Vinny's phone number been spoofed? The answer to this could be yes. Because you don't know who is actually sending the text messages. So it reminds me of last year I saw a video on YouTube that talked about J Mac in Oregon supposed to be sending a text message to someone claiming he bragged about hacking and cloning and trolling other people on YouTube, and he didn't do that. So I'll continue reading this to let you know and tell you what else at the end, who could be spoofing J Mac in Oregon and Benny. How does text message spoofing work? While this article discussed this texting, especially spoofing, isn't isolated to SMS messaging. In fact, it can be used in a variety of methods, include email, phone calls, messaging apps, SMS text messages, clone accounts on social media like Facebook, Twitter, clone channels like YouTube. Even versions is very simple to do for those who have access to the right technology. There are various mobile apps that make spoofing easy. Some apps only require an internet connection to work. They allow scammers, telemarketers, or cyber stalkers to make anonymous text text using other phone numbers or caller ID information. Like cyber stalkers could send text messages using our phone numbers, like sending inappropriate messages to minors or to other people to harass the victims on both sides. Some services do require users to create an account and to pay for the service. Pay services help you track people who have spoofed your number and may provide evidence should you need to prove the messages didn't or originate from your number, or if you take the scammers to court. And in some cases, these people know who to target easily because some people don't have the money to buy the services to help track people who have spoofed your number. What equipment do scammers need to spoof phone numbers? Spoofing can be done with almost any equipment such as Android phone, iPhone, iPad, Android device, laptop, or computer. Some people even hack certain apps to send spoof messages. This may include apps like Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp account, iMessage, or any other messaging app. Spoofing works on all platforms, including iOS, Android, Windows computers, and more. Some scammers even make calls and text messages appear as if they are coming from legitimate businesses like a bank or credit card company, and using their name and phone numbers to make it look like they are the caller or sender. Why do people spoofing text messages and messaging numbers? Unfortunately, they don't do this for noble purposes. In many cases, it is an attempt to send spam text messages without facing the repercussion of doing so. In fact, many people use fake spam messages to do one or more of the following: scam people out of money, get identifying or financial information from people, impersonate others, stalking, harassing, or otherwise intimidating others. Which is, I think, Vinny and J Mac both could been fall victims of people impersonating them to send stalking, harassing, or otherwise intimidating others, especially perverted messages. Spoofing done for these purposes may be illegal depending on the circumstances. If so, scammers may face criminal penalties. Unfortunately, this remains a legal gray area despite the wide proliferation of these attacks. There are no state or federal criminal laws in place that protect individuals from harassment, stalking, and violence via spoofing. However, you can bring civil charges against someone who does this to you. Some states provide greater protection than others, though, so check with the laws in your state to see what or legal options happen to be. Can you prevent SMS messaging spoofing from your phone numbers? The sad truth is that there isn't a foolproof method to protect yourself from spoofing. Nothing will work 100% of the time. The good news, though, is that there are things that you can protect yourself. One of those things is to download SMS blockers. This may not prevent your number from being spoofed, but it can help you avoid becoming a victim of SMS text message scams that are so abundant these days. Occasionally, there are consequences for spoofing. According to the FCC, one scammer is facing a potential $225 million fine for making false claims via nearly 1 billion robocalls, many of which use illegally spoofed phone numbers. The other thing you can do is to report all suspicious activity and to take anyone who uses spoofing to harass, promote violence, or otherwise attack you to court. Even if you can't file criminal charges and put them in jail for their actions, the cost of mounting a legal defense for a civil trial can be fairly sufficient deterrent. Finally, don't forget to use your cellular provider as a first line of defense against spoofing, asking them about message blocking tools to help protect you from harassment and scams. This can be instrumental in preventing you from becoming a victim. Though, once again, nothing 100% effective or foolproof for preventing these spam messages from getting through. Another option, though not at all pleasant for many people, is to change your phone number and be extremely judicious in who you share that number with. That means the following: give our phone or new phone number only to close friends and family. Don't post our number on social media or public forums. Consider getting a Google Voice number to screen calls or to use for contests and other things you sign up for online. Screen all calls if the number isn't on your contacts list. Block people who call, text, or email you with scam messages. Use a unique password for a voicemail account. Never use apps like FaceTime, Snapchat, etc. with people you do not know. So, hi, Crazy Girl. So, yeah, I believe it was Vinny Elizabeth Losso's Paranormal. He was supposed to send a text messages to a 15-year-old, but with what's going on with him being cyber stalked by Belinda Ostrom and Mike Earl, because if you ask Emmy, PTX Paranormal, and J Mac in Oregon, they're being harassed by Mike Earl and Belinda Ostrom as well. So we think it's part of them or somebody that they're close ties with. And we think they're part of connected with the group Sapo FYM. I know he is an innocent calico. I know. I heard the stories about him. I've been keeping an eye on him as well. But he's been spilling the beans on Belinda and them since they are the head of the of that group that's been harassing people. Now, let me see. Now we're going to look at the. Let me check what I'm going to see. What Okay. Now I'm going to do the ease. When all this went down, that he's supposed to send all this stuff, he had to rush his father to the hospital. Now, in fine law, cyberbullying laws, bullying is hardly a new problem in recent years. However, it has moved from the school grounds and school bus to social networking sites and text messages. Cyberbullying is the use of the internet or mobile technology to harass, intimidate, or cause harm to another. Nearly all states have bullying laws in place to address traditional bullying. A growing number have online bullying or electronic harassment provisions. So, why is cyberbullying such a serious problem? Cyberbullying can be as traumatizing, if not more traumatizing, than traditional forms of bullying. It is persistent. Cyberbullying victims can be messaged or attacked at any hour of the day or night. It could happen on Facebook, Twitter, and even in videos, YouTube. It is ever present. Bullying communication are right on the victim's phone, in group chats on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. Cyberbullying is also found in gaming communities. It is permanent, as the saying goes, the internet is forever. Unflattering images and defamatory lies can have an influence or even area of a young person's life, or in some cases, adults' lives, especially with people with disabilities. It is less visible to adults. School officials and parents might see physical bruises or silent attack at school, but they might not ever see what happens on cell phone or internet community. Cyberbullying attacks, let's put this in, people's character and self-esteem become a source of emotional distress. There are several people that I know right now that's been emotional distress lately from all the lies and vulgar attacks by one side. They can cause embarrassment, shame, anxiety, and depression. Cyberbullying has been implicated in a number of suicides, mostly teens, but there's been adults and some with disabilities that did kill themselves. In 2017, the parents of a 12-year-old Mallory Grossman filed a lawsuit against their daughter's Rockaway Township School District for gross negligence. The parents said they repeatedly told school officials about the text, Snapchat, and Instagram bullying. They also considered suing the parents of the cyberbullying peers. Common cyberbullying tactics. According to StopBullying.gov, cyberbullying can take many forms, include posting a mean or inflammatory picture or video of people, posting rumors or starting rumors on a social media platform, which I seen the AAP's been doing with their hate streams and truth serums, threatening people via text messages, outing someone for their sexual orientation or gender identity, sending messages telling someone to kill themselves, or pretending to be someone else online in order to threaten and then expose someone. Now, is cyberbullying a crime? Until the mid 2000s, there were no specific cyberbullying laws, but legislatures have not been blind to the increasing number of hypothesized incidents of suicide and school violence. Some states leave law enforcement in the hands of school officials. In such cases, cyberbullying is often treated as a civil rather than a criminal matter. Some criminal prosecutors have been able to use existing criminal harassment laws to prosecute cyberbullies in public schools. Now, nearly half of U.S. states include cyberbullying in their broader bullying or harassment laws. Most states also include a prohibition on harassment. The trend is to hold offenders accountable for bullying behaviors on and off campuses or online and all that. So each laws have different. What are the penalties for cyberbullying cases? The main difference among state cyberbullying laws is whether sanctions are administrative or criminal. Florida requires, or Florida does not define criminal charges. Missouri can charge a cyberbullying offender in criminal court, but only for violent threats. So, depending on the state laws, the penalties for cyberbullying can range from school suspension or expulsion to jail time. In some cases, jail time for some people. So, I have the links to the for the different types of cyberbullying laws down in and other internet crimes that you could look up. Computer crimes. Cryptocurrency theft. There's linked to the cyberbullying statistics, dark web crimes, email crimes, hacking, selling fakes online. What you need to learn about online scamming and the law. Identity theft, sexting, and all that. Now, here's yeah. I wish they just walk away to crazy girl. Start acting like a thought instead of causing drama or stalking someone. It. I know a lot of people are hurt and all that. Yeah, that's why That's why I sub from AAP, because the people that he's attacking, they haven't attacked him in weeks or months, and they still continue to attack him, and that's not right. Now, next is the is Doxing. Yeah, it's it's not just kids that people are picking on these days, crazy girl. It's they're picking on people with disabilities, people with depression, their looks, you name it. Like I was saying, the cyber FIM and them have been making videos and live streams and that, and going around to other people's sounds and that, and fat shaming people. It's not just kids that they're picking on their. Yeah, and from what I've seen, adults are taking these things pretty hard with these attacks too. So let's say someone have a is depressed and have mental issues, and then you have somebody go into their channels and start attacking them, name calling, and cyberbullying them to a point that the person had enough and take his own life. Then because there's been adults that have been like that. Now, the issue I've seen is that people's personal information have been doxed online. Derived from the term drop and dox, doxing is the act of revealing someone's sensitive information online. Hackers use doxing to harass, threaten, or get revenge on others. What is doxing, also spelled with two X's, is a type of online harassment that involves uncovering someone's personal information, such as their real name, address, job, or other identifying data, and exposing it publicly, usually on the internet. Doxing happens without the victim's consent, with the intent to expose information meant to stay private. What happened was that, like father, like son, hi, scuba diving. Um, like father, like son had their whole um have their name, street address, and the town where they live in docs in a somebody's some of the somebody run the cyberbully's channel name. Um, It happened to Patty's Adventure last year. They tried to do that to Jenny Love. Smother. They tried to do that to Princess Patty. They tried to do that to other people. And doxing can be hurtful and to cause issue. Somebody, from what I understand, somebody doxed Paranormal Mountain's address last year, and she had somebody showed up to her house, broke in, and try and beat her up, where she went to the hospital for cracked ribs and all that, because the person that showed up was anti-transgender, and he said it's for revenge because he saw her personal information that was doxed online. There's been people that have been sent to the hospital, and some people eventually been killed. They also do swatting on people, where people have their house raided by the police because of a fake phone call. And there's times that some of the swattings went wrong, where the police accidentally kill the victim of swatting. So they're going after people who making these phone calls. Now, next thing I'm sharing is SWAT calls. Next is the Michigan laws on cyberbullying. Now, under the Michigan Penal Code Act 328 of 1931, 750.411X cyberbullying prohibited violation as misdemeanor, violation as felony definition. Section 411X. 1. A person shall not cyberbully another person. 2. A person who violates subsection 1 is guilty of a misdemeanor punishable by imprisonment for not more than 93 days or a fine of not more than $500 or both. 3. A person who violates subsection 1 and who has a prior conviction for a violation of subsection 1 is guilty of a misdemeanor punishable by imprisonment for not more than 1 year or a fine of not more than $1,000 or both. 4. A person who violates subsection 1 in the manner that involves a continued pattern of harassment or intimidated behavior, and by that violation cause serious injury to the victim, is guilty of a felony punishable by imprisonment for more than 5 years or fine of not more than $5,000 or both. As used in this subsection, serious injury means permanent serious disfigurement, serious impairment of health, or serious impairment of bodily function of a person. 5. A person who violates subsection 1 in a manner that involves a continued pattern of harassing or intimidating behavior, and by that violation causes death of a victim, is guilty of a felony punishable by imprisonment for not more than 10 years or a fine of not more than $10,000 or both. 6. As used in this section, A. Cyberbullying includes posting a message or statement in public media forum about any other person if both of the following apply. The message or statement is intended to place a person in fear of bodily harm or death and express an intent to commit violence against the person. 2. The message or statement is posted with intent to communicate a threat or with knowledge that it will be viewed as a threat. B. Pattern of harassment or intimidating behavior means a series of two or more separate, non-continuous acts of harassment or intimidating behavior. C. Public media forum means the internet or any other medium designed or intended to be used to convey information to other individuals, regardless of whether membership or password is required to view the information. In Hi Marcia. Marcia, excuse me. Yeah. That was the Michigan laws. Yeah. So, under most of the ordeal of definition of cyberbullying online fits with the pattern that the AAPs are doing. Sapo FIM, Belinda Osterman, her husband Mike Girl, Stony, Ganja and Ghost, and some other people. So this is Martha, I know. And that's why I did this video to show what laws that are in place that whoever these people are needs to stop, because they could face prison times if they continue. And I mean AAP as well. Yeah. I hope I got the right laws in Canada, Mazda. Cyberbullying laws in Canada. And according to the Statistic Canada study in 2014, the first of its kind in Canada, nearly 1 in 5 internet users aged 15 to 29 reported to have been cyberbullied or cyberstalked. And it's probably more because not just the age, but people over age of 29 also been cyberbullied or stalked, because some of them have disabilities that they're being attacked for. In 2013, the federal government took a step towards addressing cyberbullying in Canada following the suicides of Rita Parsons and Amanda Todd, where intimate images of them had been shared without their consent when it introduced Bill C-13, Protecting Canadians from Online Crime Act. This has significant implications, include jail time for individuals charged under new provisions that have been added to the Criminal Code of Canada in the wake of Bill 316. What is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is a form of bullying involving the use of communication technology, instant messaging, social media, blogs, texting, or other internet sites like YouTube to repeatedly intimidate, threaten, embarrass, or torment others. This type of harassment, unlike face to face bullying, can occur 24 hours a day and is persistent and offensive. Due to their anonymity, people can say hurtful and cruel things, and it is often harder to identify and stop them. Examples of cyberbullying include sending mean or threatening emails or text instant messages, posting embarrassing photos from someone online or videos, creating a website to make fun of others, or tricking someone into revealing personal or embarrassment information and sending it to others. Cyberbullying found in the Criminal Code of Canada include criminal harassment, Section 264, other threats, Section 264.1, intimidation, Section 423.1, mischief in relation to data, Section 430, unauthorized use of computers, Section 342, identity fraud, Section 403. That means cloning and all that. So whoever's cloning our YouTube channels and social media pages is in violation of Canada laws. Extortion, 346. False messages, indecent or harassment, telephone call, Section 372. Counsel and suicide, Section 241. Child pornography offenses, Section 163.1. Incitement of hatred, Section 319. Publication of intimate image without consent, Section 162.1. And defamatory libel, Section 298 to 301. Publication of intimate images without consent, which is also called revenge porn, is also considered cyberbullying. And consequences for people accused of cyberbullying. If convicted of this intimate image without consent, the legal consequences include imprisonment for up to 5 years, seizure of the computer, cell phone, or other devices used to share their image. In order for the removal of an image from the internet, if the images were posted without consent of the person or persons in the image, and in order to reimburse the victims for costs incurred in removing the intimate image from the internet or elsewhere. There's also recent examples of cyberbullying. There's a case in Ontario. A victim had taken new photos of herself and sent to them to the offender during the relationship, who in turn shared the images because he wanted revenge. So that's a cyberbullying laws. Hi, Randy. Hi, J Mac. Whoa. One of the cyberbullies showed up. Hello, Mike. Goodbye, Mike. I don't want you on my channel. Yeah, I put it on slow mode because I have a feeling I'm going to have the trolls coming in. Mike Earl, the king of trolls. You know what I mean, J Mac. Now, hey Randy, how you doing? Yeah, I've been looking through all the laws and all that. Mods, if you see any more of these Mike Earls, Belinda Ostrom, and that, please block. Hey Haley, how you doing? The king of trolls just came in, and I blocked him. Because that's the one that Misfit Mafia King Paranormal is my girl who's been cyber stalking J Mac in Oregon and Vinny. Yeah, we need to keep. That's the my girl. So, hi Freaky, how you doing? Oh, yeah, they've been harassing a lot of people. They even harassed Princess Patty. They made a clone of me, Princess Patty, and Emmy back in February or January, late January, somewhere around there. Now, so somebody answer or somebody was so if they're saying about AP and laws, so I was looking up laws, but it's a Fed laws that I've been looking up. This is from attorney, a blog article from the Attorney. It said that state marijuana laws are starting to loosen up as a result. It may seem like you can do whatever you want with the stuff, especially in legal states. The laws might not be quite as loose as you would think, though. And in this, he's discussing what is an issue, a method of transportation. Is mainly marijuana and marijuana or 420 products legal? I mean, like paraphernalia like bongs and seeds and all that. Our first thought is probably to send marijuana through the United States Postal Service, so we'll start there. So the United States Postal Service abides by federal law. That means that federal laws are what determine the legality of any package shipped through their services. Seeing as 420 is still illegal under federal laws, this makes it entirely illegal to ship any amount of that stuff through the mail service. This is true even if you live in a legalized state and are shipping to someone in the same state or another legal state. It's very likely our package will be seized and led to consequences for the sender and recipient. So under federal laws, the feds are still busting people in states that are legal, even if you're a licensed grow. Penalties for shipping through the postal service. Mailing a controlled substance can lead to some pretty serious charges. 420 has been considered a Schedule I drug in the eyes of the federal government since the 70s. So, Schedule I drugs are those which the federal government considers have no medical accepted uses and high potential for abuse, and they place the 420 under as meth. Consequently, getting caught shipping marijuana in the mail can lead to trafficking marijuana, mailing Avengers articles, and misuse of the mail charges. The severity of our charges will be affected by a number of factors, of course. Quantity plays a large role beyond that, or criminal history, or connection to the sender recipient, or cooperation and responsibility in the situation will all play a part. So anything that people that's in the 420 community needs to read up on federal laws, because I see people sending the stuff through the carriers and all that. UPS and FedEx, however, don't allow the shipment of items that are prohibited by federal law. That means you're out of luck when it comes to mailing the 420 stuff. You might think that third-party agencies have less of an interest in holding up the federal law, therefore maintaining lighter scrutiny over the packages they ship. They can't speak for the attitudes of individual workers at UPS and all that. The UPS and FedEx abide by federal shipping laws. So they're going by federal laws. Also, small carrier services, too, would be considered like bike carrier, also consider looking to the future. Now, don't get too discouraged if you're hoping to see a day when marijuana could be mailed freely across the country. There are massive movements in place that intend to legalize marijuana at the federal level. Popular opinion of cannabis is overwhelmingly positive, and there are politicians currently running for office who have claimed to make sweeping changes to marijuana laws so they get elected. If change doesn't come from the top relatively soon, we can expect the people's support of cannabis to work its way up through local and state government. In other words, state. So, hi, Vanny, how you doing? Hi, Corn Pop. Hi, Nicole. You can see um with the federal laws in place, um people in the 420 community include Luke and Rebecca needs to check with their lawyers and for federal. So they might everybody may need to look at this because the Fed laws do apply even in states that do legalize 420 for medical or for recreational uses. So there's that point that somebody was saying that Rebecca and Luke could be in trouble for their with their 420 giveaways. So now, with all that, what I cover with the cyberbullying laws, the how phone numbers could be spoofed, like a cyber stalker could set somebody up to be like a pedophile or something like that, and things like that. So we need to work together, try and stop cyberbullying. Don't respond to them. Just report them, screenshot everything if they come in and say something and all that. And maybe we could find a way to work with YouTube to clean up this platform, get rid of people that does cyberbully others, and maybe help get work for Fed laws in the United States, because the cyberbullying attacks is cross state lines and internationally. Yeah. You don't have to walk away, Vinny. We're going to make sure that they stop. Because what I just posted tonight in my live stream would would tell it's about laws and all that, about cyberbullying and all that. We stay strong together, Vinny, no matter what. Anybody's welcome to come up to talk. If you notice the link at the top of the page, it's my new merch store that I put up recently. I'm not making this stream a hate stream and all that. I want everybody to stop these hate live streams that calling people names and all that. Yeah, I'm trying to block them out my channel, J Mac. That is a new account by Mike that I know of. So the one thing that I know what's going on is that Stony Stony did a video, I guess it's off YouTube, but she knows what's going on and she's pissed off at people right now, especially at the AAPs. So AAPs, Luke and Rebecca, you might face Stony. I'm going to have popcorn ready to watch Stony going after them. Yeah. A lot of people are stepping back away from all this. Jax, Patty, Jenny Love, and Vinny. I gave Jax the truth that you were being impersonated on Princess Patty's live because it was Belinda and Mike and Stony trying to Stony, Ganza, and Ghost. J-Mac would know her. Yeah, what I saw them because Stony had the deal of J-Rack, of course, making fun of J-Mac, and I don't think J-Mac ever talked to them. They've been trying to set J-Mac up for all the... Yeah. So J-Mac would know because they're trying to set him up being behind those accounts that try and get up onto the panels of other people's panel. Because I believe it was Mike that tried to impersonate J-Mac and Vinny, and they took that drama live stream down that made the false accusation of Vinny. Yeah. So, and it was, and Mike was busted for trying to pretend to be sheriff. So that when he was up there, when he got busted, trying to say the N word, pretending to be sheriff, he accidentally turned his camera on, and it was Mike behind that. Yeah, because of the lies going on. She's being misguided, Vinny. And I have to say, people who try to speak for other people, yeah, J Mac, that's what I'm doing. That's how I know who is doing what. So the one thing that I do know is that I know who are in all the trolls, believe me. From what I understand, Mike and Belinda weren't alone going into these live streams causing problems. We know the Sapo FYM were on their heels after them causing problems. Yeah. Vinny, maybe after this live stream with the laws I put up. Hi, Todd. Hey, Vegas. Who is Todd Hill? Yeah, I'm very observant. Okay. I don't need. So he's one of Stoney's friends, huh? One of you mods, keep an eye on him. I don't want trouble. Yeah, I'm very observant, and I know who did what to who because I've been mod in so many channels to know. That's why a lot of people. That's why a lot of people tell me that I'm one of their best mods. Thank you, Vegas. So, hey, Momo. Yeah, what I'm trying to say, we need to have all this stop. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, J Mac. Yeah. We have. We need to be careful of who to trust online these days too. I think a lot of us put trust in people like AAP, things like that. And I don't want to block people. I want people to get along with each other and all that. But I don't like somebody. Yeah, it needs to stop. Like like I said, I don't hate anybody. I don't like people calling people's names or say hateful things about somebody's dead husband and all that. And that those things need to stop. Those are hate streams. And I talk to a lot of people offline, and they don't like these hate stream live streams. Yeah, I don't know how many people that watches AAP really support the idea of him trashing people like they do. They may not. I don't know because people who goes to the AAP, I've talked to them in private too, and they don't want to be involved in any of this trashing people. I wasn't. Yeah, it was something about somebody put a video of a text message in you online claiming that you were a hacker and claim that you cloned people's account and all that, J-Mac, to troll people. Those videos were taken down since you're not associated with Belinda and them. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have nothing negative to say about AAP except for how they mistreat other people, J Matt. Yeah, it's the problem that yeah. I still get along with people with Peppermint Patty and other people in AAPs. Yeah, nobody knows their address, Vinny, unless there's somebody that they know who's close to them that they gave their address to that might be involved. Yeah, the Sapple bullies, from what I understand, know how to hack and dox people naming that corn pop. They're the one that's playing both sides of the fields with all the trolls in that. The AAPs don't even understand that they're being made fun of by them people too. that is that Vanny, that could be grounds for lawsuits against them for libel because because they can't accuse you of that because they're sending their packages out through addresses of real businesses that could get busted by the feds. I'm not going to stoop to their levels either, Benny. I'll let somebody like Hex Joker do that. But my live stream is about consequences of cyberbullying, um, spoofing other people's phone numbers, and things like that. I This is talking about the laws. Yeah, it's a gloss of the federal laws on cyberbullying, 420, you name it. And I bet They're going to do a live stream on me soon, I bet. I'm not going to sit that, because if they do, because I have this up here showing the legal standards of what they're doing could be criminal. It's basically to let them know that what they're doing could be illegal for their cyberbullying and all that. They need to stop doing these truth serum live streams. They're bringing in people who don't want to associate with them and never said a bad thing about them. I never saw one bad thing back road hillbillies said about AAPs, and they put them down. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Our circle getting smaller because of all this crap that we face. Yeah, Vinny, that's why I think that somebody spoofed our phone number and sent those text messages without you knowing. There's one thing that Haley did, Vinny. She came to me in private and apologized for hurting me. It's unlike other people. Yeah, I thought we were besties since last year. But she's not. And I'm surprised she got involved in this. I thought she hated the drama. And here she is causing drama. I don't have anything bad to say about her. She never did anything wrong to me. But I'm just disappointed what she's doing. I'm disappointed with what Ginger did. Yeah, there's one thing I'm disappointed with some people that did truth sharing videos. But I'm still friends with Jenny Love. But Jenny knows Vinny is not. Yeah, um, I I don't think people wants to. Not everybody wants to be involved in that drama that AAP started, Vinny. I wouldn't throw everybody out yet. This that's the ones that cause you problems. She's involved. Momo. She's she's badmouth Haley. She's badmouth Benny. She's badmouth other people. She's badmouthing me. Yeah, it. Roof of Hounds did a live earlier and called out gingivitis paranormal. I should say that. That's what Roof and Howl calls gingivitis. But other things like that, they called out AAP and how fake they are. And yeah, we know their state laws, Maza, and what Luke and Rebecca is doing is they could be criminally charged for cyberbullying. Since everybody on one side wants to show love to each other, I guess there's some people who don't like seeing love, or they're just jealous of other people. As it is, we're trying to get what I've been trying to do is stop all this. Oh, thank you, J Mac. So everybody be ready. I know Belinda and Mike and Stoney's been trolling us for a while. Yeah, I try. I don't want to associate with people who don't respect others either, Tom. And that's why I don't want to associate with people like Stoney or Belinda. Belinda Ostrom. She's been. Oh. Oh, we know. I know a lot of dirty details about them, J Mac. If they're going to continue, yes, Momo, and if they want to do that, J Mac, they they better be ready for the feds knocking on their doors too. If they want to associate with people like the Sapo FYM and that, then let them. I'm not worried. Yeah, Belinda and Mike have been troublemakers for years, from what I understand. They have a long rap sheet. Yeah, Vinny, that's the point. If that's why they're cyber bullies and they cyber stalking you. That's how they are. There's laws in New York that could bust Belinda and Mike and anybody else involved with them in cyberbullying. And we know all this won't stop until law enforcement steps in. And what we could show is all those hate streams that AAP and others done on other people said this is what they're doing. They're cyber harassing, cyber stalking people. There's calling people bad names and all that to intimidate and to scare them. Yes, Luke was trying to intimidate me from siding with like father, like son. Vinny, that that right there is a thing I was talking about in the Michigan laws. That Luke and Rebecca could face jail time for. Because if you're thinking about doing that, it's called that's why there are cyber bullying laws in the books. Yeah, Martha. They are not worth it, Fanny. You're among friends. You're not a bad person. You're giving them that power, giving them that win. That's what the Michigan laws that I was saying about cyberbullying, what Luke and Rebecca and Justy is doing. Because if you did do that, yeah, Vinny, you do need. um, yeah, Vinny, you are You see, Vinny, don't let them win, okay? That's what they want you to do. These people want you to do that. So don't let them. Go talk to people. Shoot, even call Uncle Paul. He'll talk you through too. See, I don't hate or disrespect someone either. And you know what, Vinny? Another person I thought was friends unmodded me from her channel too. Patty's Adventure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying that Uncle Paul could help point you the right way to get that help. And look at me. There, I'm at the point of breaking myself. You saw me. Yeah, you saw me cry, broke down that one live a few lives ago. It, I'm at the breaking point. Other people are at their breaking point. It's what these people, what Luke and Rebecca's doing. Their words are hurting a lot of good people. And that's what you call a cyber bully. That's what they are. They're cyber bullying people. Yeah, I'm about was ready to quit YouTube. Ray's quit YouTube for a few days. Dev left YouTube for a few days, but he's back. Sleep Blade was going to leave YouTube. Yeah, Uncle Paul is at that point. He's getting tired of all this crap, all this hatred. And that's why we need to stick together. And we also need to let other people who's not involved in attacking on from the other that goes to their live stream to know what's going on. Because people are cracking to a point to commit suicide because of the hurtful things being said about them from Luke and Rebecca and Justy and those trolls like the Charlatan and all those Sapo F-right group and other groups. And I've warned the AAPs about this, about these cyberbullying and these groups of people. And they don't listen, but they embrace these cyberbullies themselves and welcome them into their family. So they have a nest full of trolls, which I mean they're compromised. And I mean compromised mean that they're lined in with the snakes. Who wants to fly with the dragon and not with the eagle when the eagles taste like roasted chickens? Okay, Lorelei, have a good night and have a happy birthday. True, Maza. We all have to be very careful what we say online. Yeah, if the plague doctor knows the truth about the APs, he's going to go after them. And Jax asked me, do I know who this plague doctor is? I said, I don't know. It's probably part of the Sapo FYM group that wants to spread lies and all that. So if the plague doctor's watching, he'll probably look at what I said about the laws and yeah, the same trolls that call G and other people the P word, child molesters. Those are Sapo FYM. They're also the one that call Luke a child molester too. Yeah, we're all sick and tired of all this. So I think the plague doctor will go after Luke as well. That's going to be funny to watch. But with the plague doctors going around saying that, you know what I just did? I blocked the plague doctor from G's live stream. G don't need that. And I don't think G cares about who's friends with who. He's friends with me. He likes Chris like father, like son as well. And I don't see G has a mean bone in his body to hate anybody himself. So let's clear that out, okay? Hey, Haley. Yeah, G should not be talking bad about either. He's treated me good. So think he treats everybody as equals, as brothers and sisters. Hey, Backworld. So, there you go. You got the blue suit, Backworld. So, that, like I said, you're all welcome on. Anybody's welcome on my panel. You have to show a face first. Vinny, if you're still in here, you're welcome on my panel. I tried to get you on my panel before, but you haven't yet. Yeah, I seen that, Mazza. You're a kitten, but you're fierce as a lion when it comes to her bad things being said about her family. Hi, Strange and Trippy. So maybe this what I posted tonight about cyberbullying and laws. Maybe it helped in all this hate streams that being pop up about other people from the AAPs. So maybe they understand that what they're doing is cyberbullying people. And if I were advised them, I may find themselves another lawyer because I don't think their lawyer's been telling them good advice on federal laws. Because the AAPs, just the Ginger Paranormal, Jax. I'm sorry, Lady Jax. You did say stuff, but from what I understand, you did have Peppermint or Princess Patty take down that hate stream that one night. And you said no more, and you and Patty said no more drama. And I will see no more drama. I said anybody who could come up on my panel, Haley. I'm trying to get Vinny up here, but he's too chicken. Yeah. Thank you for the 19. Okay, Haley. Okay, Vinny. Yeah, that's true. Uncle Paul got copyrighted by WWE too. So we don't want that to happen to other people, especially me. And if you want to talk to people, you need to talk to people in private to talk things out. Yeah, a lot of people have. Um, what I did was did a live stream to talk about cyberbullying laws and all that, and point out what the AAP is doing is cyberbullying people, which they could, and anybody else could face jail time for it. And the thing is, if they understand the laws about cyberbullying and all that, they would understand that they would have done something to work with us to help protect TJ. And well, you know what I mean? But instead, they want to do these hate streams, attacking his parents. And it needs to end. All this hatred needs to end. All this hate streams needs to end. All this cyberbullying streams, that's what they are. They're shaming people. They're being mean. They're saying hateful things and all that. It really needs to stop, and it needs to stop here and now. What we could do is probably get hold of somebody and report any of their hate streams to YouTube and say that this is cyberbullying. And we also hey,
Hello.
how are you doing?
I'm alright.
Yeah, like I said earlier, you came to me and apologized for hurting me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what a big person, adult, should do: apologize for all the hateful things that's being spread around and all that.
Exactly.
And I don't think it's going to end.
Uh-uh. Well, can I say something?
Sure.
Well, actually, two things. One, I won't say names because I just don't want to say names. But I was promised by somebody that if I gave said pictures to this person, all the drama would stop. And I did.
Mhm.
It didn't stop. 24 hours later, they were back talking about it and bringing my name into their live streams and Vinny's name and my son's name. My next thing, my son is my business. Leave him the fuck, excuse my language, out of your mouth.
Yeah. Kids
He's
are,
fine with his grandma. He is not dead. He has clothes on his back. He has food in his belly.
yeah.
Stop. That's what's
And
getting to me the most is them talking about my son.
and kids are supposed to be out of these conflicts.
Exactly.
And they
Just
said,
because you're coming after me doesn't mean you can go after my son.
and I went after Scotty Waddles for bringing up the AAP's kids
Right?
in Like Father Like Son's live stream. Kids are off limits.
Yeah.
And CJ is off limits.
They even went as far to say, as I moved down here and left my son to be with Vinny because I thought Vinny was going to give me drugs.
Yeah.
For one, I don't do drugs. The only thing I do is smoke cigarettes, and then occasionally I will smoke weed. But that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. And and the other thing is all these lies going around about other people and that it needs to stop too.
354.
And and
I have 207 on my PayPal.
and from what I could tell is that
Right.
they gave
Well,
they
and
gave Chris
go ahead.
they gave Chris and Amanda the go ahead to do their sound the way they did it. and and that's why it's kind of
I
backward.
had to mute for a second. Sorry. But
Yeah. And
even like I told you in Messenger, I'm
Mhm.
sorry for what I did. I'm sorry if I hurt you. I
Mhm.
was just mad and upset and lashing out, basically.
Yeah. And and other people feel that they're hurting too.
Yeah.
I could tell some people,
Five.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like I said, maybe you, Jenny, and Benny could sit down and talk about it because she's seeing what's going on with Benny and all that.
Me and Jenny, I don't think we'll ever see eye to eye.
Yeah,
That
but
doesn't mean I hate her.
I I think you both agree that Benny should not be a target of all of this.
No. And see,
Mhm.
this all started because of that one person that is on Patricia's live stream.
Yeah.
If she would have just messaged me instead
Mhm.
of going live and starting all this shit, this would have been avoided.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got welts on my leg because I ate onions today and I'm allergic to them. And they itch.
Yeah. Yak backwards. And I think, hey, the AAPs went after her whole family, even her grandkids too. See, that's another kids being drug into
Yeah.
grandkids.
And see,
Yeah.
I never had any issues with that person that's on Patricia's live stream.
Yeah.
I don't have issues with her. The only issue that I do have is that she started all of this instead of messaging me.
Yeah.
She has me on Twitter. Well, she had me on Twitter. She had me on Messenger. She can't say that she couldn't message me.
She blocked me on Twitter. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she blocked me on Twitter. She blocked me on Messenger, and I can care less.
She blocked me last year because me and Rufus Howard didn't see eye to eye. And Rufus Howard came back months later and said, "You are correct. We should have said what we said." And we're patch. We're friends. And she turned her back on them.
Yeah. See, it's like, you can't. I know it's YouTube. I know it's social media. I know you want to trust people. You just can't. Yeah. You don't. I mean, yes, granted, you know them on social media, but you don't know them outside, so you don't know if they're the same person outside as they are on the inside.
Yeah.
And that's why I go to very few streams and I mod for very few streams, because those people trust me and I trust those people.
Yeah. And the people like Uncle Paul wants to bring all these people in his channel too, because that's what he's. I mean, here in our set, like Back Road Hillbillies, Canadian Witch, Strange and Trippy, and all that, because he's seen what they're going through, especially Donna Cantor, what they said about her husband, which crossed the line. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I unsub from AAP, because I don't like the hate streams that they're doing.
And see, that's what gets me. Yeah. They say they're not about the hate. They don't support the hate and all this.
Yeah.
But yet, what the hell do you call a truth serum? You're hating on people.
And it's hate, and it's full of lies. And I don't think
I'm not bashing AAP. I'm just stating the facts. You're doing a truth serum, and you're saying you don't support hate, but you're doing it yourself.
And they said they wanted to do it for peace and love. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm for peace and love in the spirit of Ruthie. And I won't support a channel like that. Ruthie won't support a channel like that. She'll support somebody like father, like son, because that's what she feels. Love, helping other people out, be part of a family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And see, yes, we all have our differences, but if we can at least get together, settle the differences, and go our own ways, that would be the best choice. Instead of doing all this drama, spreading all these lies, playing this he said, she said bullshit game.
Yeah.
We're not in high school.
Yeah. There's one thing that Luke can't use BAM either. It's a catchphrase of a famous chef.
People can say whatever the hell they want to say.
Uh,
They don't have it copyrighted.
it's a word, a catchphrase that a certain TV chef uses.
Mm-hmm.
You remember Emerald Lagasse? You're probably too young.
I don't think so. I was probably too young. I'm only 25, Spitfire.
Yeah. CJ is not on YouTube anymore
I know.
because of the cyberbullying.
I know.
Yeah.
And just like I said, and I'll say it again, I don't care if you come at me all you want. Just leave my son alone.
And they sample FYM people going into CJ's life, fat shaming him and all that. At least he's being fed and not
Exactly.
under Norris and all that.
Right.
But yeah, CJ is like, I think he's mad at me.
I don't know. I haven't talked to CJ.
Yeah, he talked.
I never have talked to CJ. I've only talked to him in Chris's lives.
I can't say it because it's something that I told Amanda I'll keep between us. So
No, I gotcha.
and the thing is, these kids, what I was trying to do is try and protect the kids, like CJ. I thought Caitlin was real, you know,
Yeah.
and
see, I never knew of Chapo until AAP.
yeah.
I don't pay attention to who's out on YouTube. I pay attention to who's in my chat interacting with me.
And from what I understand, Chapo from yeah, from what I understand, Chapo was involved with our channels last year too. And I didn't know about it until this year. They hate people who were former professional wrestlers. And you know who was a former professional wrestler? Yeah. You know who I'm talking about, Haley?
Nope.
Uncle Paul.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Papa.
Papa or Uncle Paul for me. He was a former wrestler. Chris's brother is into wrestling. Devlis knows somebody that was a former WWE wrestler. He's being after by these group. Bob Z's a former, yeah. So Bob there too.
Exactly. He says that he's a God-fearing man.
Yeah.
That's all fine and dandy. But if you're a God-fearing man,
Yeah.
why trash people?
Sheriff was a former professional wrestler.
I don't even know Sheriff that well, and I'm hearing it from both sides. Sheriff's doing this, Sheriff's doing that. This is Sheriff, this is Sheriff. I don't even know the guy that well. I just met him on Chris's live stream.
If you guys think of Sheriff as a troll, you have to look at him as a professional wrestler. That's his stick. It's his character. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He does things with TikTok, doing what professional wrestlers do, calling each other out,
Yeah.
and it's part of the entertainment, and that's what I think. That's what people misunderstand. Sheriff is who he is. I don't think he means to be what people call a thorn in the side or something. Yeah. Yeah, the Outlaw Generation is a former wrestler too. He's in it. He's doing things like Chris and TJ been doing. The food sound stuff. Yeah, TikTok. Yeah, Adventures with Beth stopped coming to YouTube because he was getting hate from certain people.
Adventures with Beth was just on YouTube yesterday.
Yeah, first time in a while.
Mm-hmm. Same with Beth the Bits and Pieces. She was in my live stream earlier.
Yeah, and they're trying to bring me up into their conversation to go after Sling Blade. And I don't want anything to do with him.
Yeah.
And then that's when they brought race into it, calling her what do you call groomer? You know what the groomer is?
I've heard about it, but I've never really understood it.
It's grooming underage teens to meet up with men.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because they say Firestar is 15. But she's 21. Because her voice sounds like Minnie Mouse. Doesn't mean she's a girl. Jeez.
That was creepy.
How stupid can you get? You know? You remember the movie Police Academy? The little
Yeah.
black cooks?
Yeah.
Her voice sounds like a sow. That's how some female adults do sound like.
All right, Spit, I got a question for you.
Okay. Yeah.
Why tell somebody that you can go where you want to go, support who you want to support, but then you go back to the channel and bam, you're blocked and adios out of that channel for guilty by association?
Yeah.
How does that work? If you tell somebody that they can go support who they want to support, but then they come back to support you and you do them like that, that's just messed up.
Yeah. It's just messed up. Their AAP's going to hang themselves because what they're doing is cyberbullying and all that. And it needs to stop, really. And with Stoney did that stream off YouTube or someplace else, bashing the people on the panel over at Princess Patty that night.
Stony.
Yeah, Stony
Me and
got
her never.
in both.
Yeah. Me and her never see eye to eye, and I'll never trust her with an ounce that I have. I know Stony very well.
Yeah. And I think she knows some people inside the Canadian rich community.
Oh, I'm sure.
And she's pretty pissed off.
Well, last I heard,
I'm going to sit here with popcorn to see how
I know, right?
how AAP is going to handle Stony.
Last I heard, Stony and Boston quit associating, but Boston was live a while back and had Stony up on his panel.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there.
And I told you.
Because I told Boston, if you're going to associate with Stony, I'm not going to associate with you.
And I told you that months ago that I saw Boston back with
Yeah. Yeah, you told me that, and I'm like, okay, well, we'll just see where this goes. And then he messaged me out of the clear blue on TikTok and told me that Stony was mad at him for some reason, and they're not associating anymore. And I'm like, okay, I care why.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people.
Don't get me wrong, Boston's a cool dude. He just needs to get rid of Stony.
Yeah. Back Road Hillbillies didn't say anything bad about anybody. And she's being called nasty names by AAPs because of guilt of association. And that's not right either. That's intimidation and bullying, cyberbullying in the books of laws.
Mm-hmm.
And if AAP's not blocked from the channel, I haven't seen him said anything yet.
Last night after Canadian live stream, I messaged Joker and told him everything that was going on. And I told him, I still have the screenshots.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, if need be, you'll be in part 2.
Yeah, maybe Joker could use what I have in my links.
Because I saw the screenshots between me and Rebecca when she promised that she would not bring my name, Canadian Witch's name, or any of the Canadian Witch crew, or Vinny's name back into their live streams. 24 hours later, they did exactly that.
And they said they were talking with Chris, doing the truth, and the next live stream, bam, they were bashing them.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta mute a second because I gotta go inside.
Okay. Yeah, that's the problem. I think a lot of people is going to find out about AAP. Yeah. And then when you get cyberbullies from
I need $20,000 for a down payment on a piece of
Spit, can I say something real quick?
Okay.
I heard all the shit that they were saying about Strange and Trippy.
Yeah.
207. Corn Pop and all them. I mean, other than just the few brief moments that Strippy was in my live stream, I don't really know the guy, so I'm not going to judge him. Same with Corn Pop. They're saying Corn Pop is a child molester. I don't know the guy, so I can't, it's like they're saying all these things, and they're saying it for people to believe, but people don't even know the people that they're talking about.
Yeah, and the problem is a lot of people
like me, Strange and Drippy, he's cool.
The coconut You don't remember Coconut?
I don't know D Coconut.
Yeah.
I seen him in Chris's chat, but I haven't seen him for a while. That's
Yeah.
the last place I seen him.
He's not on YouTube anymore.
No, I figured as much.
But I've been working with him behind the scenes.
Yeah, and they're saying all this nasty stuff about D Coconut, and
yeah,
this is before all this happened between us, between me and AAP and Rebecca.
And
they're saying all this stuff about D Coconut,
and
I'm like, okay, I don't know what to believe because I don't know D Coconut, but I'm hearing this. I'm more of a I'll believe when I see the person do it.
And Luke and Rebecca doesn't know this though. Yeah. Did anybody know that Coconut has a friend in the FBI?
Spit, I'm gonna drop down, but I'll be back up. I gotta charge my phone. It's gonna die.
Okay. Did anybody know that the Coconut has a friend in the FBI? But like I said, I've been sharing screenshots of that I got where people put in chats and all that with the Coconut. So yeah, I know him for less or since late January, and we both were trying to get this stop. Yeah, Corn Pop. That's what cyber bullies are doing. They're yeah, what they said is wrong and they stop. Stop the lies. Don't say people are this and that when you don't know them. Yeah. V doesn't deserve this. I haven't seen V say anything bad about AAPs in weeks. And he disappears because he don't want to be online because of this crap. So as other people. And AAP still brings these people up. So like I said, I don't hate everybody. I want everybody to get along. But when you start spewing the crap that AAPs are saying about other people, needs to stop. Okay, take care, Strange and Trippy. So like I said, that people need to stop. You're going into the cyberbullying territory. And there's laws against cyberbullying. And our channel could be taken down if you cyberbully others. That's not good. Did anybody report them to YouTube? That's what I don't like. That's what cyberbullies do. Want you to quit YouTube. That is not good. Yeah. Like I said, the hate must stop. What AAPs, both Luke and Rebecca and Justine, needs to stop. Everybody who's involved in this, slamming with the hate streams, needs to stop. And things like that. Yeah, it's sad to see V's gone. And from what we could tell, with the trolls that coming into Dev's live stream, into Chris like father like son, into mine, and to other places, the most of the troll accounts originated from Charlotte, North Carolina. And of course, Sapo FYM there, headquarters are there. And so is the charlatan, or the class idiot named Seth. You know, those are the people. The charlatan is probably where he's telling AAPs this person is this and this person is that. and claims everybody associated with Chris and Amanda are child molesters. We know the truth. Or can we call charlatan Drink, who got banned from Princess Patty for hounding me? Because they both said the same thing to me, exact same wording, what Charlotte said to me on Canadian Rich live stream. Said, "Thank you for telling me about Sling Blade." And guess what? I don't know who the hell the charlatan is to even tell him anything about Sling Blade or anybody else. He's a liar. He's a troll. He's a troublemaker. Yeah, Grace didn't want to come back, but she finally did. To Corn Pop. Hey, Dev. Yeah, the coconut did trace the troll accounts too. Yeah, Dev. What I did was show cyberbullying laws and that, and right, I said it needs to stop. And people keep spraying me up into their ideal. But it gives them a but the laws do give general ideals why cyberbullying needs to stop. Well, Dev, the problem is something needs to be said. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I'm doing the side of the law. But it needs to be noticed and pointed out that anybody who does this online to yeah, Yeah, the problem is that the justice is slow. And that's why we need to band together and have this cyberbullying stop. Report them when we can. Yeah, a lot of us are like that, Corn Pop. Always stand up to bullies and show them that we're not afraid of them. That's what we're always told to do. But you have to also clear up things too, like spoofing the phone numbers and all that. Okay, Haley, I'm going to have to go because it's going 3 hours. So, yeah, that's why I have kept quiet for all these months, Dev, or tried to. But when somebody keeps bringing me into something that I don't want to, I'll speak out and say, I don't want to be involved. On that note, I'll say love to all, peace out, stay safe, have a good night, and spread the love where we can, where we're welcome. Have a good night, everybody.